Conscious Collaboration brings together entrepreneurs, change makers, and thought leaders. We aim to highlight the people that embody the idea of aligned mind, body, and business. Each week, we share, discuss, and learn from the various experiences and ideas of our guest experts. Through our discovery, we find a path to an aligned mind, body, and business.
What's up, y'all? I'm Emily.
And I'm Lisa, and we are the Conscious Collaboration. How you doing, Emily?
Good. I'm feeling good. I'm pretty caffeinated today. How are you?
Yeah, you are. You're very but you look very stoic and clear. Are you channeling? Are you channeling all the forces?
I'm focused. I'm robot.
You are a robot.
Good robot. Yeah, I'm a good robot. Which little context to that for people who aren't actually privy to our everyday conversations. Pretty much every time Lisa has asked me how I'm doing lately in real life, like my just intuitive response is I'm basically a robot right now. And I don't have a negative connotation to that at all. I'm referring to the point that I'm in my fitness competition prep. I'm a little bit into my 4 weeks out. So pretty intense times. So I kind of feel like a robot. I'm like checking the boxes. But it's not, I don't know. I like it. I like what I'm applying the energy to. There's other things going on that are pretty intense right now too, and that hardcore commitment that I've made to this mission is just helping me. It's helping me to stay grounded and focused. So yeah, I am doing my little leg shaky thing. That's where the caffeine is exposing itself, I guess. But overall, mentally, pretty calm.
Yeah, you're essentially like a motor. You're definitely like the human design generator. The more that you have going on, the more
well-oiled machine. Maybe that should be my response.
If you are the robot, you're the robot that invented the robot dance.
Combined with the Terminator.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit. You were reunited recently with a very interesting object that is kind of like the impetus for what we are today. Did I use that word correctly?
I think you were just embellishing the story a little bit for dramatic flair, which is fine. You didn't make anything up, but it does. This little deck sits in the studio, so I see it pretty much every
card deck.
So I wasn't separated from it to be reunited with it, but it's a deck called Grateful AF.
Which we are each and every day.
We are, but it's there's a lot of F-bombs in it, so I was attracted to it, and it was like an impulse purchase in LA actually, when Michelle and I were there for the strong lifting competition. So its origins are connected to the podcast, but also this particular deck, I guess it must have been at some point when I got back from the competition, but when we really solidified that we were going to do this podcast, it was that day. We had just had a training session and a conversation about it. And then, the deck kind of caught my eye and just kind of like compulsively grabbed a card from it. Mm-hmm. And literally fell out onto the floor. Oh my God, I have the other one in here too. The first one to fall out was, and these are things that we're grateful for.
Yes.
Podcast. Fell on the floor. fell on the floor. We'll read, but it came with a partner.
So weird.
It came with a partner.
Twerking.
Twerking. That is true. Truer words never spoken. Truer cards never dealt. Two of the things that I am most grateful for are podcasts and twerking, as it turns out. So if you want a signier sign, the signiest sign of all from the universe, we just had it fall right on the floor.
And we followed it too.
And we followed it, and I kept it. I put it to the side. So these are cool. They have they have the name of the thing that you're grateful for, and then you flip the card, and it gives you a little like why. That's funny.
Yeah.
So the podcast one says there are so many super smart, funny, thoughtful people in the world, and about 500,000 of them are making podcasts. We're living in a world in which at any moment of the day, you can look up the history of sweaters and find people so batshit excited about the 7th Earl of Cardigan. I don't even know what that means.
Librarian.
That they're willing to talk about him for an hour. So yeah, you fill in the blank, whatever we talk about. Tarot cards and
mind, body, and business alignment.
And Mr. Worldwide and that mind, body, and business alignment.
Yeah.
And twerking also. Twerking is a frequent subject matter. So we just, I brought home that deck, and then I kind of had that memory anyway. When I saw that I had saved the podcast card, and
time capsule.
It literally like put to the side. So we thought we'd just do like a little re-intro, allow us to introduce ourselves.
Yeah. Let's pull a couple
kind of an
more cards.
An updated nouveau conscious collaboration, how we started, how it's going, kind of thing, right? And then we'll draw another grateful AF card. How about to close it out, just to send everybody off with like a little something to be grateful for for the rest of your day, week, whenever you choose to listen to this.
I mean, Emily, how many times do you hang out with someone and you're just like playing around or hanging out and you're like, gosh, that's a good idea. We should do that. And then like nobody does it. I think, but like both you and I,
well, that's the nature of an air sign, isn't it?
It is, but
we have a lot of those too, to be fair.
But we actually do a lot of things.
Yeah, we do.
We do it.
Stuff. We do. We black out a lot, seemingly. Like, do you ever have that thing where you're sitting there in the state of having achieved something or gotten somewhere? Just, for example, opening up the yoga studio. And then you're kind of thinking about like, man, I'm sure I had to fill out some paperwork at some point.
Yeah. And that's sure seems
like I can't even come up with it. No memories. Like how? Who let me do this?
The paperwork doesn't sound fun, so you would think that you would remember it, but you blacked it out. So maybe it never existed.
Well, that would be a problem, wouldn't it?
Or maybe to your benefit.
Now I'm paranoid. Did I do the paperwork?
You've just been squatting for this many years. Ma'am, how long have you been here?
Hey, wow. Good job, me. Either way, that's impressive.
Either way.
5 years, either way. Business or squatting. That's a pretty good job. Go me. Celebrate your victories. Hit up our last podcast episode if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Oh, good job keeping track of our episodes. I'd like to go back to the early ones, and maybe we should rehash some of the earlier ones and like to this topic too. Like the whole concept that we even just followed all the science and synchronicities to even begin this podcast is wild. I think this is probably one of my biggest collaborations with anybody that I've ever done, with the longest, sustainable anything, putting energy behind it. But it's also very helpful. I like how some of the listeners, such as Marcus, who works out with us, points out, it's us processing things that we're picking up on in the collective and somehow putting ourselves, our energy back into alignment and attracting the things that take us to the next stage. So it really is quite a story. It's like I don't know. I don't feel we're too, sometimes you're on social media and you're like, wow, that's a lot of information. Like, did I just read someone's diary? I don't think we're to that
Oversharing.
level. Oversharing. Yeah. I don't think we're to that level. Because I think what we're picking up on really is relevant to many people's lives, their personal lives, their business lives, and all of these things that are entangled.
Yeah, I'd like to think we find ways to apply things, maybe not universally, but in a way that a lot of that resonates with a lot of people. I hope. I like to think that.
Well, I mean, it's a testament to the people inside of the Conscious Collaboration Collective.
The testament to the people.
To the people.
I don't know. I don't know who that was. That was not an impression of anyone in particular.
I think when I said that, I kind of when I said that, I kind of felt like weird 1940s vibe. Oh no. Also I kind of felt like a founding father a little bit.
Yeah, but that's not really our vibe either.
No,
although what episode were we talking about the founding fathers? It was the funny one.
We had a funny one.
And we thought the red flags.
The red flags.
We're talking about the 1700s invention of the red flag.
Oh yes. Oh, good memory.
Or 17th century.
Yes, good memory. Yeah. But so this all takes me back to sitting on the floor in the studio, looking at the cards and following the signs and putting all of our minds together and, putting together what this podcast is and what it's becoming.
Yeah. Once we started just doing it, just turning on the microphone and turning it in the right direction.
Yeah.
At a certain point in our podcasting career, we figured out which way the microphone was actually supposed to point. But anyway, once we did that, it just started becoming organically. And that's how you know you're on the right path, I think. Anyway, you know what I mean? When it becomes just easy and natural and we don't have to, we don't spend an inordinate amount of time like planning things.
It's a nice addition. It doesn't draw away any energy. So I think one thing that we've learned very well and that we're intuitively picking up on very well, and that we're getting better and better at, is recognizing when there's parts of ourselves that are out of alignment, out of whack, and we need to do that recentering and bringing things back together, and which of the components need to be addressed. So I think once you can recognize that, you're a little bit off kilter and things are a little bit wobbly, it's harder to bring in or call in the things that you need to make yourself feel better and clearer about your day. Once you recognize that, you can reestablish all of the pieces, and then you're able to do your robot momentum and get through all the things.
Yeah, because sometimes you get stuck in a vacuum and you just, these things inherently. Like, we're not discovering any wild new concepts here, but sometimes you just need somebody who's been through the same thing or who's going through, a similar paradigm to say it out loud, the thing that, needs to be brought to your consciousness. And then you're just like, oh yeah. And things
Good. That's a good reminder
Things
for
move
myself.
differently. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's I think that's a lot of the benefit to the type of work that we do, like for you doing your personal training, and then also training for a competition. So you training me, I'm sure, gives you good reminders and pointers for yourself. Whereas with me doing the feng shui work or anything that's in that realm, it's a good reminder for me too to do the checks and balances on the things that I should be practicing more for myself. It's
Yeah, absolutely. I always learn the best by teaching.
yeah.
Always. Hmm. It solidifies, information for me. So every, uh, you know, anybody that I ever teach how to do anything has helped me in some way.
Mhm. Yeah, I love that. I think the same thing about clients and students too. It's, it's a reflection, or it mirrors back things about ourselves. So if we feel a certain way about something that we see in the work that we do with others, it's really probably also a reflection of things that we should be looking in with ourselves.
Hmm.
Like there's no
Yeah,
no judgment, real judgment there. Just
right.
observation and learning.
Journey together, y'all.
So if anyone didn't know, Emily's a Gemini and she has how many
There's a few of
personalities?
us. Um,
There's at
Nobody
least,
knows. Can't
yeah,
be sure.
we don't know.
Can't be
I
sure.
think all of her personalities are friendly though that I've met.
Oh,
But there's the warrior in there
the
somewhere.
the ones who aren't only come out when
Threatened.
necessary.
Don't sneak up on Emily.
We'll say. We'll just say that. Yeah, don't sneak up on me. Bad idea. Bad
Very
idea.
bad.
Not the dark alley person.
Right, exactly. So,
Oh.
what is your first memory of when we got started and how that can be applied going forward? I mean, wait, let me rewind. Let me rewind. All right, you mentioned twerking being important.
Yeah.
Tell
Yes.
me about the energy of twerking and why that's important to what we're talking about.
Well, according to you, that's when I'm thinking.
Oh, it is. Yes. Right. Right.
So I'd say that's pretty important. But also just that it is basically a celebration of the glutes.
Mhm. Yes.
No,
That's a callback to big
I'd
energy.
like to think that's a metaphor for my life.
Right. What is
Just a celebration of the glutes.
and which episode is
It's
it that
pretty
we
joyful. Like it's hard
Yeah.
to find, angry people. I don't know
Yeah.
if I could say that with full confidence, but twerking feels joyful in the right circumstance.
I have not really ever attempted to twerk. So, I know you've given me like a little tutorial before. I've never
Mhm.
actually tried to twerk. But I do yeah, I know. I'm mentioning it, so I will try one day. But so I know that
I'm from Louisiana, so it's like the law there.
yeah,
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure
it's
the
kind of
law.
tribal. So,
We claim we made up the name.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. So having strong glutes in it's if I were to recap or give a little synopsis of our episode Big Booty Energy, having strong glutes in particular, a part of your philosophy and how that's applied to alignment of mind, body, and business.
Hmm.
What do you
Yeah.
where do you see that
Glutes
connection?
are my business.
Glutes are your
No,
business.
glutes. In a way, they're a big layer um of it, and it's kind of comical almost to me to think about like how it started and how important it's become, like, because I literally just, wanted to grow my butt, had the opportunity at one point, kind of before and right around COVID time, to really apply some energy to learning about doing that and executing that. And that just snowballed positively in the direction of, personal trainer and weightlifting, and just, you know God, now 3+ years have gone by, and I'm about to do a physique competition. So it literally has like become my life. But I also think that they're important. I know that they're important for, far more than aesthetic reasons now. I fully consider them part of your core. Everybody pretty much understands how important your core is for function. Um, they're vital in overcoming back pain, hip pain, uh you know a part of my personal journey of overcoming back pain. So yeah, man, glutes are everything. They're the largest muscle in the body. The human body is a pretty smart design, like that's for a reason.
Mhm. Mhm.
They're the
Yeah.
largest because they are the most important, in my
Yeah. And you've
humble
talked
opinion.
Yeah, and you've talked too about that being like the big booty energy is like confidence booster.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, look, once you can, when it's really great to see people try, in particular, like a barbell hip thrust for the first time, especially when they're not like, experienced weightlifters. Maybe they've never lifted weights, because they're always surprised by how much they can just lift untrained, like, um of course, everybody has to start exactly where they are, but that one is really stable and really safe when, when done and taught correctly and everything. And so it's fun to see that start to build just by the fact that they can, pick up what they feel to be like large amounts of weights. Like, I know I could do that, and then as you build on that, the more and more you literally do things that are hard, that are physically hard, and that you have to gather both mental and physical strength to do, the more that builds your confidence by nature, because
Mhm.
you're literally doing and achieving hard things, or, quote unquote, failing even at times, but feeling that failure doesn't kill you,
Mhm.
kind of thing. And you're literally adding reps to your life, to your body.
Mhm.
And the more you are able to show up and you're celebrating your, every victory along the way, it gives you the opportunities to have little victories every day, every time you train,
Yeah.
even in ways outside of training, other kind of goals and stuff. So it's just this natural tool that's here for us to be able to build our own confidence. And confidence is something that it to some degree has to be built.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, like so many other things too. I think like you said too, being able to pick up the heavyweights that seem to at some point being impossible,
Yeah.
translates over into what you're able to achieve in your life and your business.
Oh my God. I know, like, for the majority of my life, I never even thought about doing a chin up.
Right.
Like, I don't do that. I just don't do that. Like, why would I do that? I don't do that.
Right.
It would never even cross my mind. Definitely felt impossible the first multitude of times I ever actually tried to do the shit. And
Yeah.
I just decided one day, I was like, you know what, fuck that. I'm gonna do one.
Yeah.
And then I took, you know, once you put in the work and then you achieve that thing that did once literally feel impossible, yeah, like okay, well,
That's huge.
hard things still feel hard, scary things still feel scary, but you have built literal strength and fostered confidence to go forward with it anyway,
Mhm. Yeah.
knowing you can handle hard things.
Yeah. Takes me back to so many of our conversations and why this is so important to be having these types of thoughts and really, deep conversations, picking up all the influences from our day-to-day lives and then being able to apply them with combined intention is huge. I
Mhm.
mean, I
And
think it's
then bringing in your expertise of the environmental aspects of things so that we can
Mhm.
really connect it all together in a cohesive way is representative of that mind body. And when you
Mhm.
expand that concept into business as collaborations, mind,
Mhm.
body, business connections, and all those connections about how taking care of yourself, taking care of your environment have a direct effect on how your business does, have
Yeah,
a direct effect on how you show up in your business, how you show up for your family.
it's so true. Yesterday I was in an International Feng Shui Guild call. We do these like educational talks, where we show up and talk about either business topics or feng shui topics or related modalities. And yesterday we were talking about solopreneurs. And a lot of people, when they first start out in feng shui and they desire to work that into their business, they start out as solopreneurs. And just one of the biggest demands that we hear from people that are just joining the guild is, how do I even get started? Where are my people? Is there any evidence that I can even do this? So being able to find your people and those that are already walking the walk, you know, demonstrating even just a little bit of what the idea of your business is so important, because if you're isolated as a solopreneur and only just
Right.
plugging away, looking at your computer, um, just pouring in, you could be working on your website for 2 years, making it beautiful, really making it grammatically correct with all the beautiful pictures. But if you don't get out there and interact with people a little bit ahead of you, a little bit below you, and
Yeah.
create those collaborations and networks, then you're not actually really embodying that you're creating, whatever it is that
Right.
you're
You don't get to live in a vacuum and do the solopreneur life, unfortunately. For most industries, there's probably exceptions, but
there might be. Yeah.
but I think for a lot more quickly if you are actually putting yourself out there in some manner, even if you don't have, a marketing budget, or, just by putting yourself, and even just from a, student or beginner perspective, you, in my opinion, always want to put yourself as close as possible to the people who are already doing some,
Mhm.
what you want to be doing, or
Yeah.
similar, or teacher, they're your teachers. They're your people who are gonna, you know, potentially at some point give you clients, pass you down their clients, or introduce you to the right people. You just never know. You can't set off those chains of events if you live in a vacuum.
Right.
You
Yeah.
don't
There
know
you're
what you don't know. And so if you don't look around the next corner because it's uncomfortable, because you're not sure if people are going to go, oh, why is she looking her head in here? Fuck it. Go to the thing. Fuck it.
Yeah.
who cares that you don't know anybody? You will, but if you go, but you're not gonna get yourself, what, you know,
Yeah, it's true. I
you
mean,
gotta get to the people to get the people to you.
yeah, you have to be visible. Your
They
energy
gotta
has
know
to
you
be out
exist in real life and not just
there. I mean, it could be
social
just
media is only a small slice.
yeah, or you could just be an AI created image.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
these days, but yeah,
These
so
days.
definitely putting your own personal energy and power out there and what you're bringing to the table. But when you're able to collaborate with other people, that's when you create the unique service experiences and
Mhm.
the ideas like podcasts, teams that are affordable to put together. They're, run better. They're able to expand faster when you are able to pull together collaborators that you can trust or that are quality. And I don't know, I think that's really been like the thing that's kept many entrepreneurs alive is since the pandemic and
Mhm.
all of these like ups and downs in the market and so on and so forth. Like that's really the secret sauce is having collaborators that are like, okay, let's pivot. We talked
One of
about
Go
pivot, early on in podcasting. I forget like some of our episodes that we did, but really just committing and being adaptable and expanding and pivoting when you need to.
One of my tarot readers keeps saying he thinks it's like that the age of competition is archaic and we're moving into the age of collaboration. And that's not to say that like literally all competition is null and void and some is certainly healthy, but to where you can almost approach things, even a literal competition,
Mhm.
which I've definitely taken this into account in my mindset because I like it. Like you can almost choose like not to compete. Like you go up there and you're just doing your thing. Like it's not you, yes, you may be physically up there standing next to somebody else, but like, you can choose to be up there and just doing your thing,
Yeah.
just shining your shine. And in the context of not a literal competition, that really becomes, can become a collaborative effort
Yeah.
because you're allowing the person next to you to shine their shine and maybe they look good together.
Yeah. I think that's, one of the best buzzwords that came out of the past 3 or 4 years is authenticity and really recognizing your uniqueness and standing in that versus trying to recreate something that someone successful is already doing exactly the way that they're doing. Like
Right.
reflecting inward and on your past experiences, wisdom and knowledge and being like, "Okay, here's the things that I do differently. Here are the things that flowed into my perspective differently and using that story as a part of what you're bringing to the table differently. Really, that's the loudest marketing is the uniqueness that you can put out.
And then some things just aren't going to be created unless separate energies come together. You know,
Mhm.
the energies on their own, while great, Outcast,
Yeah.
Outcast is amazing, one of the greatest, artist groups, in my opinion, in history. Also, a good combination, like the two of us, of an Aquarius and a Gemini, as
That's
it
right.
turns
We
out.
did look
But
that up.
yeah, yeah, there are. My birthday is the same as Andre 3000, and I think yours is like a day off.
Oh.
I think Big Boys is February 1st. Anyway,
Shout out, big boys.
I digress. But a cool fun fact. And also just illustrates really well because they are amazing together, amazing singularly, each have their own distinct personalities, distinct style, distinct talent, but create something in collaboration as well that just couldn't be replicated in any other way besides those two particular energies blending together. So
Yeah.
I
And
think
it just
they're
amplifies, I think.
an example of a conscious collaboration.
It is. Yeah.
Thanks, Alchemist.
That's fantastic. Yeah. The two like powerful separate stories and styles combined together magnifies like the uniqueness of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just like, yeah.
Just
So
like oh,
just like us, just like all the collaborators out there.
right.
We've met some good ones. Let's pull a card.
Let's pull a card. Okay, so this intention is going to be something for the collective to close this episode with, just to carry on into the rest of their day, the rest of their week, to be grateful for, to think about, come back to, maybe laugh about a little bit. What is the word of the day? Okay, this one. Oh, okay. I like this. I like this. All right, so grateful AF for strangers who smile at each other.
Aw.
Such a southern thing. All right, you know when you're on the verge of having a shitty ass day and you walk by someone and they flash you a big friendly smile for no reason other than you're a human being and they're a human being, and isn't it just nice to be outside with other human beings? That smile thing we humans do is pretty fucking amazing. Pro tip, if you decide to be the smile instigator, keep the smile under 5 seconds or else you slip into serial killer face and it is no longer a good thing. Good tip.
Good tip.
Don't give him the serial killer smile. Be
I
cool.
love that
Just be
one. That's
cool.
so good.
That was good. I think that was a good, I think, as the universe does, delivered us just what we need. Oh my god, and it goes exactly with the emotional
Oh yeah, the
channel that you ran on us and our advice that we got.
yeah.
Be good to yourself and be good to others.
Yeah, it does go with that. Yeah, before the recording the episode, we did an energy check-in between ourselves to get our energy right before talking to you all. And we were resolving within our energy field negativity. And what generated was be good to yourself and to each other.
Smile at somebody.
Mala, yeah, but
And
not
I think that's the same kind of thing. If you smile, yeah, don't be a serial killer. Smile at somebody, and I think that comes back to you. Unless they're like, and don't take it personally if they're like the Grinch or something. Just try again.
yeah.
Some people are not gonna. They might be. I'm not gonna name any specific places, but they might be like, "Why is this bitch smiling at me?"
What's wrong with you?
There are certain places where that is.
Oh,
But that's okay.
yeah.
So don't take it personally. Just smile at another person. Somebody will smile at you.
I love it. Well, I think this was a good walk down memory lane and just remembering why we have the joy in what we do in moving forward. And, also just with all the intensity that you have going on with your training, your competition, and your business, and with me, all the things that I have going on, just taking that moment to exude happiness and smile at someone else and remembering that is so
The
important.
more intense it gets, I think the more like
Joy, you
cool and
call it?
calm and joyful and humor you have to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's that youthful soft
Otherwise,
energy.
yeah. Well, and you'll start getting physical effects. If you let the stress take over and you let the stress run you instead of the joy and the lightness, then your cortisol levels will increase.
Yeah.
It'll just be a mess.
Right.
That's for another episode, but y'all
Yeah.
be cool.
Be
Especially
cool,
when
everybody.
it gets really intense.
Do you wanna take us out on an Outcast song? I don't know any
No,
Outcast
not
songs.
at all.
No, shut down.
That would be disrespectful. But you could give them a little search on the Spotify and
Yeah, give them a search and maybe listen to it today. You can join us inside of the Conscious Collaboration Collective on Facebook and follow the links provided in the description to link up with us on all the social media and send us a message and hopefully spread some joy. And what?
Spread some joy in the DMs.
Spread some joy in the DMs. We're receptive to that. Here it comes.
Oh.
All right, Emily, thanks for hanging
We gotta go. We gotta go before this becomes 18 plus. Okay. Thanks for coming, guys. Talk to y'all in 5.
Talk to you in 5. Bye.
Thank y'all so much for listening to our podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends so they can join our circle of collaboration on this journey. You can find us on Instagram at Conscious Collaboration Podcast, on Spotify, iTunes, and Audible, to name a few. Please join us next time for another deep dive into how you can live life in more alignment, mind, body, and business. Send us your questions and comments in our DMs or email us at consciouscollaborationpodcast@gmail.com. See you in 5 minutes.